Go ahead.
That's what you said, yeah.
All right. So my name is DrUko. I'm a pediatric gastroenterologist, and I've worked in Gunderson for about 6 years now.
Awesome. So I first just want to start off with the kind of the beginning of why did the pediatric specialty unit come about? So if you can just start from that beginning and tell that story of why and how and all of those details in between.
Right. So the pediatric specialty unit's design space and renovation is really a reflection of our long-term vision, to be honest, to create a pediatric space that allows us to care for children in this community the best way we can. So there was a move made by the institution to relocate us from our current space, which, we just saw as an opportunity to elevate the care we provide. Our current space doesn't go anywhere close to providing the ideal pediatric space to care for children. So this is a chance to really do that in the right way, in a way that helps our families.
Awesome. What would be the ideal space if you could imagine that?
Well, I can actually imagine a lot of things, but for pediatric care, it's important to note that children heal in a different way. It's important to create an environment where they feel comfortable, they feel cared for, and they're familiar with. And that's very different from adults. So the ideal space is a place where the child feels totally at home, like in a theme park, but yet getting the best care possible in often a difficult time in their lives. So that's an ideal space. And you could just let your imagination go wild as to what that could be.
So why do you think the renovation is important for Gunderson and the community we serve?
Well, Gunderson Health System is a unique system. We actually lead in this region in the provision of pediatric subspecialty care. And that's important to note. When I talk about leading, we have a slew of specialists across the institution that care for children, and that's critical. And when it comes to the community itself, this is our community. We live here, we serve patients here, and these are not faceless individuals. These are our children, our cousins, our grandkids, that all live here and get care here. So it's critical that we elevate the care we provide to the highest possible quality that serves the same community where we live.
That was awesome. How is the renovation being funded? Could you kind of dive into where our donors, since it is a donor-facing event, so kind of tie that into how much donations are going to be involved in this, how the medical foundation is involved, and kind of expand on that.
Right. So the actual renovation is being funded in sort of two ways. There's the structure, which is institutional-based structure. We have a space that the hospital provides for us. But that space, as I said earlier, doesn't really go anywhere close to providing ideal pediatric care. So we're really grateful for the foundation that's leading the way in helping us transform the space into what constitutes an ideal pediatric friendly space. So I would say most of the donations funding comes from the foundation. We are eternally grateful that the foundation is, stepping up to lead this endeavor.
How will the new pediatric specialty department impact patients at Gunderson? So if you could just dive a little bit more into that feeling of safety and why that's important for the overall care of the patient.
Right. So this new space would have a huge impact on the care we provide to patients here in Gunderson. So right now we care for a lot of kids across the entire institution. For example, in pediatric specialties right now, in the past year, we saw close to 12,000 visits. Now, when you take into La Crosse, Onalaska, and the specialty division, we saw close to 50,000 pediatric visits across our specialty line. And that's critical. So it's important that we standardize the care provide care that is pediatric friendly, because with such disparate care provisions in various parts of the institution, you risk providing care that is very different. So our hope is to provide a space that really is built around the families, around the patients, and improves workflow, wherein the patient comes to a particular place and the care meets them there. And that's the goal. So it's going to really impact the way we deliver care in such a huge way, which I think our patients deserve.
What are you most excited for this new renovation getting going?
Well, I'm very excited about the fact that this renovation really represents to me and to my colleagues a giant step in our quest to provide top-notch care for patients in this institution. You know, we see this as a chance to begin to move our institution in that direction. We lead in the care provision here. We have the providers and the support structure. We just need to provide the space that allows us to care for our children in an appropriate way. So it's very exciting times.
Let's see here. Why do you think Gunderson patients choose to support the medical foundation?
Patients really are very transparent. Patients see very clearly who cares for them. The foundation is phenomenal in care for patients. I mean, it's done it all through decades for our community and also for vulnerable populations around. So that is something that patients see. And I think because they see that, it's not difficult to have them support the foundation's, quests and endeavors and initiatives. So all kudos to the foundation for the work they do.
Awesome. What is one thing you wish everyone knew about Gunderson Medical Foundation?
Well, I mean, the foundation really has a collection, is the right word. The foundation, I'm going to redo that. Okay. So the foundation has a number of dedicated individuals who are passionate about, delivering the ideal care to vulnerable people, our populations, and just to our communities. So the passion and dedication of the foundation and those that work there in being able to drive initiatives to improve our community is really something that is perhaps close to health secret, as it were, but it's something for people to know about, because that is huge. The people behind the scenes driving initiatives that impact our region, impact families, I think they deserve that credit. And I certainly would want people to know that.
Awesome. What would you say to encourage others to make a gift?
Making a gift to the foundation is not just a monetary gift, as it were. It's a lifetime investment. When you think about what the gifts do, take, for example, the pediatric patients. That is the future of our community. These are kids that are going to grow up to be adults in this community, and investing in the care they get is investing in a long-term community development growth. So it's an investment that pays tons and tons and tons.
If a donor was with you today, what would you say to them?
Well, pretty much the same thing. Invest in the foundation, and your investment really has a huge return on investment. I would say in business world, the ROIC, it's a lifetime investment that is really hard to quantify. You're investing in a laudable cause that impacts the community in just immeasurable ways. So please invest.
Okay, so before we do our looking at the camera, do you have any other things that you just kind of want to say about the Peds specialty unit that we haven't covered?
Gosh, I don't know. What do I say about the unit? I think we've covered a fair amount. I don't know what else. Let me think.
You definitely covered a lot of great information, but if you want anything that, that
that I want to
your
say.
secret passions that you want to
Passions?
say to the audience of people that will be watching this.
Let me see. How do I plug some more things? Okay, I'm going to say something. I mean, something can be cut up. I'm just going to say something about just the specialty space,
Okay.
and how it ties into the general vision of pediatric service lines and outgrowth. Right?
Sounds good.
Can I go ahead?
Let's do it.
You're going to edit all this stuff?
Yeah. No, we won't put this conversation in there.
Thanks. All right. So I think it's important for us to recognize how critical this moment is in our institutions' growth and overall vision. As a pediatric service line, we recognize that we serve our community. And there's, as I said earlier, our children, our grandkids, our cousins, our brothers, etc. And that's important for us to ensure that these family members, as it were, receive the best care possible. The wider vision of the pediatric service line is to be able to elevate this care such that it's excellent, standard, high quality, what you get anywhere in the country. Our patients deserve that. And I'm hopeful that this space renovation is just the first step in our overall vision to grow pediatrics, to grow the quality of care that we receive here, to serve our populations in a way that they deserve to be served, in a way that really, emulates or elevates the quality and standard of care that Gunderson Health is known for.
Awesome.
Yeah, good.
Anything else before we have them stare at the camera?
Stare at the camera?
I don't think so.
I'm going to stare at the camera and do something.
You're just going to repeat after me, so it's
Oh,
very
good,
easy.
good. Thanks.
Yeah.
I follow instructions right.
Yeah.
So just tell me what to say.
Yep, but we're just gonna have you look.
Look
right at the
right
camera.
here.
It's almost like you're talking directly to the audience.
Okay.
All right, 1
I just
second.
have 2 for this one.
Okay.
Ready?
All right. Yep.
So you're going to say Gunderson Medical Foundation, where your generosity changes lives.
Gunderson Medical Foundation, where your generosity changes lives.
Thank you for supporting Gunderson Medical Foundation.
Thank you for supporting Gunderson Medical Foundation.
Yeah, that was good.
Good.
Is that good?
Yeah.